All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get even more good news after a huge victory where they just demolished the Carolina Panthers. And the Carolina Panthers, who've been playing a little bit better, Tampa Bay doesn't even matter. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel showing love to teams that just don't get the love nationally like they should. The Buccaneers are one of those teams. They just kind of get overlooked. Baker Mayfield's their quarterback. No one takes them very seriously. And this year especially, right? Start off strong, beat the Lions, lose a bunch in a row, close, then win a bunch in a row, kind of outside of the playoffs looking in. And this team is probably going to sneak in and just cause problems in the playoffs. So let's take a look at it. Here's the good news is the playoff picture just really became a lot more clear. And that's exactly what you wanted if you're Tampa Bay. Here's how they get in. They beat New Orleans in the last week of the season, and then the Falcons need to lose to Washington or Carolina. So we're not banking on this one. The Washington game is just at the time of the recording, me recording this is just starting, so we'll see, but that's a tough game. And by the way, let me know in the comments. We're going to get to it here more in just a second, but let me know what player on the team that you just love right now. Is it Bucky Irving? Is it Baker Mayfield, 5 touchdowns? Always Mike Evans, just let me know in the comments who you're just like, man, I like that guy. He is playing so well. Let me know in the comments. Okay. First good news is it's just so crystal clear now. And this is it, right? Falcons lose to Washington Sunday night would just be like, there we go. That's what you're looking for. You got to be confident you can beat New Orleans because again, we've looked at this 100 times. This schedule, like you don't have to be an expert football analyst to just look at this schedule and just kind of be like, all right, this is what we had thought. Now this Dallas game surprised us, but again, to rattle off 6 victories in a row, 7 would have been maybe tough. Maybe you did expect a loss in there, but New York, Carolina, Vegas, you even go and beat the Chargers who were playing really well. Lose one there, but point is all good there. Okay, next good news is Baker Mayfield throws for 5 touchdown passes and just proving yet again he can do this. He can lead his team to the playoffs. Not only to the playoffs, but a division win. That's a home playoff game. They can win that. Then they can go from there, just like last year. They can go to Detroit, to Philly. Let's go, right? So Baker Mayfield proving again that he can do all these things. 5 touchdown passes. What more can you say about him? He's kind of like Jared Goff. We don't really need to talk about it anymore. Almost. It's like, is he good? Is he bad? Can he win? Can he do this? It's like, I don't know. He wins on the road. He wins at home. He can scramble. He can throw 5 touchdowns. He can throw 1 touchdown. Like any way you need to win, guys love him. Just like Jared Goff, there's not much you can say about him anymore. And that is great news. Next thing that I think is just awesome if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan is that Bucky Irving eclipses 1,000 yards rushing. And this is the first time that this has happened since 2012. And so this article's funny. You all know it. You had the Bucky chance, and then you had the Ducky chance, and then Bucky went to Oregon, which they're the Ducks. I mean, just having fun is what this game was. Like, let's just have some fun. Social media, Tampa Bay Buccaneers social media is just taking it and running with it. Why wouldn't you? It's showing a picture of a duck, and it's just like, let's go. You're demolishing teams that you should. All after things are all said and done, we'll get back to Bucky in just a second, but all things said and done, you're 1 week away from probably, odds are, right? And it may not happen, but odds are you're going to win the division, home playoff game. You do it again. You just got to be so excited if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. And so again, the good news is you've got Baker Mayfield, who's in his prime. You've got a few more years with him playing the way that he's playing. You've drafted a young, really good running back when running backs are now back in. They just are. You got to have one. You can run the ball. We all know about the too high safety look. Teams are like, we're not going to give up explosive plays. So what's the counter to that? We got to run the ball. And there's just not a lot of running backs. There's not a lot of really good running backs. There's 10 of them, and you've got one of them. So you got to be excited about that. He's got 1,033 rushing yards, the most amongst NFL rookies. He became the first Bucs running back since Doug Martin in 2012. Remember that guy? It's just, man, you got to be excited if you're a Bucs fan. Now, Mike Evans said, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That was our good luck duck. I've never seen us block a punt, and then we score a touchdown when the duck flew on the field. That was amazing. So you never know. Team sports are crazy, and you never know what leads to what. And again, whatever it is, who cares? You roll with it. You have fun with it. If a duck takes you to the Super Bowl, let's go, baby. Get a mascot. Buy a mascot costume today and wear that on the field if I'm a Buccaneers fan. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, if you're new to the channel, we talk only about teams that just kind of get overlooked. And we've talked about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now. Can I just say this? For 2 years. Because we were just thinking, man, nobody talks about them. Again, from an outsider's perspective, here's what it was. You're like, all right, Tampa Bay Bucs, let's go, baby. Back in the 2000s when you changed your uniforms and you were like kind of a cool team, all of a sudden Derek Brooks, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, these guys are good, Super Bowl, the whole thing. Then you kind of fall off, weird, don't know, good, kind of not good. And then Tom Brady just parachutes in, wins the Super Bowl, then he's gone. It's like, you just didn't know. It was more about Tom Brady, and it wasn't about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then you get this guy named Baker Mayfield, who everyone's like, I don't know, he sucks, he's good, he sucks, he's good. And it's like, man, wait a second. What if they have Baker Mayfield? What if they don't have to pay him mega $55 million a year? Pay him well. He's a starting quarterback. Love it. But what if he can win games? What if you can build a defense around him? What if you have enough skill players to make some things happen? And you're in the NFC South. That's just kind of, it's winnable. It's just a winnable division. Doesn't mean it's easy. Doesn't mean you can do it. It's just like, there's no juggernaut team in the division. So what if Baker Mayfield can win the division, get a home playoff game, you win that game, then you're going to go on the road to a tough place. Last year was the Lions. It was crazy. It was just like, all right, but oh my gosh, you take that every day of the week. You look at all the bad teams out there. I mean, it's crazy. Look at Carolina, New Orleans, Vegas, Giants. Who else? There's 10 bad teams. Titans. I can't even think of them all. That their season's been over for 10 games. And you're right in the mix. So if you look at it now, the updated, latest playoff picture. And again, this is like things are happening right now. I mean, even the Lions have dropped down to 5 because the Vikings won. Lions haven't played yet. Vikings-Lions will play for it all next week. But you can see, as of right now, the Buccaneers are ahead of the Falcons. Seahawks still in the hunt, trying to get there to get to the Rams. A lot going on. A lot going on. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, make sure you subscribe if you're a Buccaneers fan, and we'll see all of you on the next one.